Kitchen. My name is Dr. Evelise Capo, and today we are talking about how to integrate more greens into our diet, into different dishes throughout the day. So certainly, we can make a salad and add all those greens. There's a great way to incorporate them during lunch and dinner, but there's other ways also that we can add them to our prepared meals, such as for breakfast. If we make a scrambled tofu, which we're preparing right here, towards the end, right after all the condiments have been added and all your vegetables, a simple scrambled tofu, you want to add your greens right towards the end. And for this recipe, we'll share the link. It's on our site, and it's one of our favorites. So to make a breakfast burrito, this would be sort of the filling, or a breakfast taco, but instead of using the tortilla, we're going to use some greens. So right here at the end, we're adding this chopped curly kale. And kale, greens provide a lot of iron and vitamin C and vitamin A. So there's just a wide array of nutrients that we're getting from these greens. You're not getting them necessarily, all of these, from all other sources. So it's important to integrate them throughout the day. So we're gonna let that saute for a minute, and then we're gonna talk about our next recipe. So this is one of my own favorites, wraps to make, and this is using collard greens. So collard greens, when they are raw, they're kind of tough, right? So it's better to blanch them in a minute of boiling water. So just dip them in boiling water for about 30-45 seconds, and then you take it out. Sometimes the stem is a little hard, so you want to cut that part off, or let that sit in the water for longer. So then you want to use either a hummus or a plant-based dip. Pesto is really great here. We've made one before. And so we're using some of this plant-based queso that we found at the store. And you want to just add that in here so that the veggies will stick to that. And then we're going to add the filling. I baked some tofu, so we can use this. But again, that's not needed. It's truly optional. You can just do pure veggies. So we're adding here cucumbers, and we're going to be folding this way, so we want to make sure we add them vertically here. And then some shredded or julienne peppers. You can also do some shredded carrots or julienne carrots. I'm adding those in here. And how about some beets? We'll add a handful of beets for color. Now the great thing about these, so we're going to wrap on the ends here, and then one way here and another right here. So because the greens are a little bit tougher and stronger, they won't get as soggy as when you're using tortilla. So it's even easier and more nutritious to make it with the greens, with the colored beans. So here we go, we have two. So if you're going to eat them right away, you can cut this in half and have two ends. You can also make little sushi rolls with the collard beans. So that's another possibility, or another way. Now with the breakfast scrambled tofu, pan's a little cold, so it's not cooking as quickly, but usually within 30 seconds, that will be ready to go. Let me just put it on high here for a minute. And it's great. I mean, really, you double up on the amount of greens because they do shrink quickly. So for the base of that recipe, we are using some butter leaf lettuce. And these are great. You can do different themed wraps with the butter leaf. So this is sort of like a Tex-Mex idea. So once your scramble is ready, then you want to stuff your wraps here. So your breakfast lettuce wrap, yay! Next you can add some salsa. Of course you can add spice, a lot of heat in here if you like spicy. I like to add a few avocado slices, or perhaps a little bit of guacamole right in there. Maybe some cilantro on top. Isn't that pretty? and of course delicious. More sprouts too. All right, so we got two ideas, two recipes. What about our pizzas? Yes. So last week we made a marinara, a delicious marinara sauce, where we incorporated our beets and carrots to sweeten up the sauce. So today what I did was I added spinach to that sauce. So I chopped up some spinach and added that, and we're making our own personal pizzas here with these millet flat crusts. And you can also add extra greens in here as a topping. This is just yummylicious. Okay, so my favorite, I like my pizza pretty plain. I like it, well, not plain, but simple, meaning just a couple ingredients. So we have the sauce, and I like to add mushrooms. You can add eggplant. You could add onions, more tomatoes. Just make sure you load them up, as many veggies as you can get in there. Oh, I have my friends from Trinidad and Tobago. Hello. Who else is on today? All right. So we have basil. Remember, basil is also a green, so we want to include that. You can add some to the sauce, but right after the pizza is baked, you can sprinkle. You can just add some chopped basil on the top. And I add some before and after. So just chop up some and add it towards the top here. It's nice flavor. There we go, and we're gonna bake at 350 for about 10 minutes. Now let's put together a quick salad. I love to make a huge base without any dressing, incorporating different greens, and then during the week we just add different toppings. So here I have a base of, I have some kale, baby spinach. I added a little bit of Napa cabbage. I'll add a little more, why not? So to this base of greens, then you can start adding some toppings. And I change it up all the time, lots of color. So here we have our grape tomatoes. You can add cucumbers. Some extra carrots. Berries, if you have berries, they're in season. If not, you can add apples or nectarines. And we'll add some sprouts because we got these delicious beet sprouts. So we added all this color. We know we got a ton of nutrition, but it's flavorful, filling, and the whole family will enjoy it. So thank you so much for joining us, and check out our page for lots of resources, more recipes, and sign up for our plant-based nutrition certificate course. Till the next time.